So yesterday we were discussing about human development, right? Hope you guys have got an idea about human development. So now we will be continuing the same chapter. Some portion is left. Okay? So we will start from international comparisons. Okay, that would be fine. Actually, I think I have explained it yesterday, but still I will explain it once again that we were talking about international comparisons, right? How we compare human development internationally or globally. Okay, so for that we have a particular criteria. We select different countries according to a particular criteria, and you know that level of development, score in development index, and number of countries. This is the thing which is given in the this particular table. You can just see it, where it is divided into 4 groups. It is very high, above 0.800, 59 countries are there. Then high, between 0.701 and up to 0.799, and you know that what is the score, which is the score is between 0 to 1. The HDI index is calculated or is been determined within the score of 0 to 1 that we have learned, right? So high, between 0.701 up to 0.799, there are 53 countries. Then medium, that is between 0.550 up to 0.700, 39 countries are there. Then comes the low, that is below 0.549, that is 38 countries. Okay. Now we will discuss about countries with very high human development index. So countries with very high human development index are those which have a score of over 0.800. So you should note this point. The countries whose human development index is more than or over 0.800, those countries are coming in the category of very high human development. According to Human Development Report 2018, this group includes 59 countries. So according to the report of Human Development, every year Human Development, that is United Nations Development Program, they give a particular report which provides ranking of the countries in the same way HDI index of particular countries. So in that report, there are 59 countries who are very high in human development. Table 4.3 shows the top 10 countries in this group. So here is a small table is there. You can just see. Hope you have opened your textbook also. You can just see over here. So the first country ranked with high value index, that with high development, is Norway. Second one is Switzerland. Third one is Australia. Fourth one is Ireland. Fifth one is Germany. Sixth one is Iceland. Seventh one is Hong Kong. Eighth one is Sweden. Ninth one is Singapore. 10th one is Netherlands. These are the 10 countries whose human development is very high. Okay. The sources, for every table you can see a source. This is an information that you also have to follow. Okay. While you do a particular project, while you're doing a particular assignment or whatever, so you will be taking some stuffs from net, right? You will be taking some tables, you will be taking some diagrams. So what you have to do while doing those work, you have to write source, because we have to know, because we are copying somebody else's report, right? So at that time we have to acknowledge them. For that purpose, whenever you do a work like that, whenever you are copying something or taking something, it's not a wrong thing, okay? If you are taking something and putting it in your assignment or project, you have to give like source from Human Development Report, whatever the source is, right? Okay. Now, high level of human development group has 53 countries. Now we are moving to high level of human development countries. Here is a question is there, try to locate these countries on a map. Can you see what these countries have in common? To find out more, visit the official government websites of these countries. So you guys can do this, okay? You guys can just check on the websites and you can just compare all these countries, okay? So high level of human development group have 53 countries. Providing education and healthcare is an important government priority. So what is the priority given to these countries? In these countries, the most important, the stress is given to education and health. Better education and better healthcare are the main motto of these countries. Countries with higher human development are those where a lot of investment in the social sector has taken place. So the countries which are high in development or high in development index, the main thing what they do is that the investment or the budget, while producing their budget, what they do, they give much importance to the social sector, that is welfare of the people, because welfare of the people will increase their human development index, right? Altogether, a higher investment in people and good governance has set this group of countries apart from others. So what is the thing which is making these countries different from other countries? The thing is that higher investment in people and good governance. Good governance means the government which are making these policies. Yeah, all these things what they are doing is always public centered, right? It is based on the people, investment in people. That is the reason why these countries are in high level. They are in the high rank human development index. Okay, that's the thing. Now try to find out the percentage of the country's income spent on these sectors. Can you think of some other characteristics that these countries have in common? You can just, even by seeing these countries itself, you can get the thing is that most of the countries are like Germany, and all the countries, most of the countries are European countries and Western countries, and some Asian country, Singapore is there. So only you can just compare this. You can also find some other characteristics also. Oh, here it's given, you can just see that. You will notice that many of these countries have been the former imperial powers. Yeah, they were former imperial powers because they were the people who used to colonize many countries, right? So that may be the reason, right? Yes, in Germany, the best example is Germany. You all know that, right? You must have heard about Hitler and all, right? The degree of social diversity in these countries is not very high. The social diversity is not high. Socially, people are not different. Yeah, they have same type of, there is no diversity. There is no diversity in social aspects in these countries. Many of the countries with a high human development score are located in Europe. So the countries that are having high development index, they are mostly located in Europe and represent the industrialized Western world. So they represent the industrialized Western world. Yet there are striking number of non-European countries also. There are non-European countries also. You can see Australia. Yeah, Australia is not a European country, right? The same way Hong Kong. Okay, and Singapore. These countries are not European countries. They have also made to this particular list. Okay. Now let's move on to countries with medium levels of human development. So countries with medium levels of human development form the largest group, obviously. If we take the case of India also, if we are considering on the base of income status also, we can see that there is high class people, middle class people, lower class people. There also middle class people are in large number. Same way is the same case with the human development index also. Countries with medium levels of human development form the largest group. There are 39 countries in the medium level of human development. So there are 39 countries who are in the medium level of human development. Most of these are countries which have emerged in the period after the Second World War. Most of the countries have been emerged after the Second World War. Do you know what is the period? What was the period of Second World War? Second World War was started in 1st September 1939 and it ended in 2nd September 1945. So these countries emerged after 1945. When was the First World War started? First World War was started in 28 July 1914 and it continued till 11 November 1918. Okay, so most of these are countries which have emerged in the period after the Second World War. Okay, so after 1945 was the emergence of these countries. Okay, some countries from this group were former colonies. Yeah, you can take, if India is coming in this group, definitely India was also a colony. While many others have emerged after the breakup of erstwhile Soviet Union in 1919. What is the meaning of erstwhile? Erstwhile's meaning is former. Former Soviet Union, right? Former Soviet Union. Okay, so it was after the breakup of former Soviet Union in 1919. Many of these countries have been rapidly improving their human development score by adopting more people-oriented policies and reducing social discrimination. So from this particular sentence, it is clear that human development is possible only if we are providing policies. The government is providing policies which is oriented towards people. People-centered policies are very much important for human development. It is not important that they are making big bridges, they are making big roads, they are making big statues. That does not matter. The policies should reach directly to the common man. That is most important. And reducing social discrimination. There should not be social discrimination. Right? In India, you know that, in India we know that social discrimination is much higher. We won't be feeling it now in South India, in Kerala and all, but you know, in northern states, the discrimination is still going on. People are socially discriminated. We are not hearing much news about it nowadays because of corona stuff and all, but there is social discrimination. Still it is going on. Okay. So social discrimination have to be reduced because that is also an important criteria for human development. Most of these countries have a much higher social diversity than the countries with higher human development scores. So the diversity, that is important. The social diversity is much higher in these countries. People are different socially, they are not the same. They have very much difference in many things. Their tradition, their caste, their color, their thinking, their attitude, everything is different in these countries. Medium development countries, human development countries. Many in this group have faced political instability and social uprisings. So many of these countries have faced political instability and also social uprisings. Many social uprisings have been seen in these countries during before around 10 to 20 years, or in history we can just see that these countries had many social uprisings. In the same way, political instability, there was not a permanent political system for these countries. Okay, so here's a small table. You can see that India is 126th in UN Human Development Index. Okay. So India was 126th in Human Development Index as per Human Development Report 2006. According to HDI Report 2018, India's rank has further gone down to 130. What could be the reason for India to be behind 129 in HDI index? So what would be the reason? What would be the reason that India have gone so much far away from Human Development Index? What would be the reason? So the reason would be like in India, what are the problems faced by India? The most important problem which is faced by India is inequality, right? Inequality in all aspects. You can see socially, economically, inequality is prevailing over here. In the same way, the unemployment, unemployment is a very big problem. It's a very big problem which is going to be a big issue. Not only now, even 10, 15 years it's going on. Unemployment. Many of the people who are eligible to get a particular job or or particular, they have that ability and that caliber to gain a particular income, they are not given the chance, they are not having that chance to be employed in India. Yeah? What will be the reason? Because they are not getting job? It may be due to population explosion. So population explosion is also one of the reasons. So inequality, unemployment, population explosion. And one more thing is that inadequate facilities for education and medical treatment. Yeah, we can't just say this as an aspect, because nowadays the medical facility is much high. Like they are using latest technologies and all for medical treatment and all. But in many parts of India, still it haven't reached. It haven't reached. In the same way, education. The education system is running very well in India. But if we just go to many rural villages in North India, in the same way South India, we can see that the number of students who are and the number of children who are enrolling in the school is very less, because people are still not aware of things like importance of education and all. But now recently it has changed, but still there are families who are not allowing their children to get education because of many reasons, maybe because of their financial crisis or financial situation, and many children who are deprived of education, maybe because they won't be having anybody to take care of. So that can be the reason. So what will be the reason for this thing is that the main reason is unemployment. Unemployment comes next. First comes inequality, then comes unemployment. Unemployment is due to population explosion. You know, India is the second largest country in the world in the case of population, right? So that may be the reason. And we can also consider this lack of education facilities in some remote areas, lack of best medical facilities or health sectors in those remote areas. Maybe that can be the reason for this ranking of India. Okay. Now we will just move on to low-level human development countries. Okay. As many as 38 countries record low levels of human development. So there are 38 countries according to 2018 report who are in low level of human development. A large proportion of these are small countries which have been going through political turmoil with social instability in the form of civil war. So a large proportion of these are small countries. They are very small countries which have been going through political turmoil. There is no called a particular political system. It's always changing, and social instability, and which is outbreak in the form of civil war, famine. You know famine. What is the meaning of famine? Famine is actually scarcity of food scarcity, or high incidence of diseases. Lots and lots of communicable diseases are prevalent in these countries. These are the things which are making them very low in human development. Okay. So there is an urgent need to address the human development requirement of these groups through well thought out policies. So new policies have to be brought out for helping these countries to just come out from the problem which they are facing now. They have to be back, they have to come to that platform in which they can see an increase in the human development. International comparisons of human development can show some very interesting results. Often people tend to blame low levels of human development on the culture of the people. Yeah, there is a thought like culture is very much important for human development. Culture is a thing which depends on each individual, but it does not have to do with the human development stuff, right? So some people say that, for example, X country has lower human development because its people follow Y religion or belong to Z community. Such statements are misleading. We should not think that because that country is having that religion and because of that reason that country is low in human development index. Or we can say that in that country, the color of that person, that the people is this, because of that reason, human development is low. These are all just not the right things, okay? They are not actually the truth, okay? There is nothing to do with culture, religion, tradition, whatever, okay? To understand why a particular region keeps reporting low or high levels of human development, it is important to look at the pattern of government expenditure on the social sector. See, human development is very much depending upon the policies or the government which is having ruling that particular country. The government, if the government is people-centric, public-centric, if the policies are people-oriented, definitely that country can come up with good development things. But the problem here is that most of these countries are not giving much importance to social sector, to the people of that particular country. The political environment of the country and the amount of freedom, the political environment of the country and the amount of freedom people have is also important. So that's what I was saying the same thing, that the political system, the government which is ruling that particular country is very much important for human development. And the same way, freedom of the people. People should have freedom. They should not have fear in their mind whether I should do that, can I do this? Oh, if I do this, they will just prosecute me. These are the things which are very much important. Okay, people should have the freedom to speak. People should have that freedom. And if the freedom is restricted, there is no development. They must be having lots and lots good financial system. They will be having, they will be very versed with all the things. But still, if they don't have freedom, then there is no use. Countries with high levels of human development invest more in the social sectors and are generally free from political turmoil and instability. So, as we have seen before, the countries which are in high-level human development index, those countries have a particular accurate political system. And that political system is having a good base. And their programs, their policies, everything is always people-oriented. They want to develop their country. And they understand that the development of their country depends upon the people. So that is the most important thing that they have to understand. It's not a group of people. It is all the people of that country. Distribution of the country's resources is also far more equitable. In the same way, the resources available in the country should be available for all the people. It should be distributed equally. That is also very much important. On the other hand, places with low levels of human development tend to spend more on defense rather than social sectors. This shows that these countries tend to be located in areas of political instability and have not been initiated any accelerated economic development. This point is very important. So we can see that the countries who are having low level of development, low level of human development, those countries are mainly located in areas of political instability, and they give more importance to their defense sectors. I can give you some examples of some countries where the political system is not there. It's not stable. Like Syria, you must have heard, ISIS. Huh? You know that, no? ISIS. In the same way, Yemen, then Democratic Republic of Congo, Somalia, these countries does not, and South Sudan, I think, yeah, South Sudan is also there. Okay, and these countries does not have a particular or a stable political system. Their political system is always changing. The people are protesting. There are different groups. There are terrorist groups, there are people's group, there are republic group, there are different groups, and always there is clash between these guys. And because of that reason, they don't have a particular stable political system. This is one way affecting the lives of people. You can just imagine the local people of Syria, what would be their condition? They don't have a government. They don't have police to help them. They don't have army. They don't have anyone to help them. If they go into the road, bomb will be bombarded over there. Anyone can just come and just shoot you. Nobody is there to ask you. Just imagine the situation of children of there. Yeah, how they are living. They are living in fear. They are living in fear. They don't have anything to do. They can't just run away from there. Other countries will not allow people from these countries to enter their country. Visa is also not given to the people of this country. So just imagine how lucky we are. We are living in a country when we have right for everything. If a small problem comes, we will just go and make big issue and it would be fine. But there are many countries where people does not have any right. They just have the right to breathe. They don't have right for anything else. They have to live according to the rules made by a particular gang. So we must be very much lucky to be a part of India. Okay? So this is the chapter. Hope you guys have understood.